we are going to get into our popular...
Oh, here we go.
On a 4th and goal.
4th down and 20.
4th and 21, not the way you want to try to extend it.
Our 4th and long. We've been doing this has been a lot of fun to just kind of open up conversations, talk about different things. 4th and long with Chris. What do you have for us
Take
this
it away,
week?
Chris.
I'm excited about today. We got a bunch of good stuff for you. So first off, out of the gate. So the Los Angeles Lakers sold last week for
I did see this.
$10 billion, right? $10 billion. So the funny thing is that the team was actually purchased for $67 million 40 years ago.
Jerry Buss.
So obviously huge profit. Now, Dylan, you're going to love this one. The Bears were purchased by the Hallis family
$100.
for $100.
Was it really?
Yep.
Okay,
$100 back in the 20s.
Right now, that team is definitely in the billions.
Yep.
So I want to know, Dylan, would you do what the Buss family just did? Would you sell and walk away, or are you keeping it? I want to know if you're punting or if you're going for it and going to win that trophy.
Oh, so which way would I answer if I want to go for the trophy? Like
You want to own the Bears?
I want to own the Bears. I'm not getting rid of the Bears ever. Never, ever, ever.
Yeah.
Never. And I can't. You can't compare because the Busses, I don't think, grew up Lakers fans. I think they were.
What an amazing amount of money,
they
though,
just-
that these sports teams are starting to be
10
worth.
billion.
And it tells you why.
10
Like
billion.
even
Crazy.
talking about what you guys just said a minute ago about the, literally small market teams, the value of the league, the advertising. You can't tell me that teams like the Lakers don't want to somehow try to be there every year. And
Well,
this year
that
they
10
weren't
billion is going to help them with some
It's
free
like-
agents.
And it's like the Dodgers, like what the Dodgers are
Oh,
doing.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Same
So
thing.
It's
Same
the
thing.
same
Oh,
thing.
you want to know the funny thing? The Dodgers owner is the guy that purchased the Lakers.
I did.
Yes,
see that.
that is, yeah. What a surprise.
Yeah, Jake, that's right. That's right, Jake.
What I want to know is the Buss family not going to get paid for like 40 years? No, not anyway.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, this guy's the king of putting payments out really far.
That's
Okay,
funny.
so
That's
here we
funny.
go. So, okay, you guys, there are some athletes that have sold or basically have bought and trademarked trade names. Michael Jordan, obviously Air Jordan.
Air Jordan.
He owns the Jordan brand. Nike does own Air Jordan, but he owns that. LeBron, King James,
Yeah.
chosen one. LeBron, Curry is SC30. Dawson, TB12. Tom Brady
Yep.
owns that. Gronkowski owns Gronk. Beast Mode, Rashawn Lynch. I mean, there's so many of them. Okay, so I don't know if you heard in the news, but Angel Reese made news a week ago. She literally, she finally even got a triple double. Good for her. Woohoo! She literally just, I don't know who thought this was a good idea. She trade named MeBound. She now owns MeBound. I want to know, Dylan, you want to be an agent. You want to be a sports agent. Like, would you let your client literally, the ones I just went through, like Beast Mode? Oh,
we give
MeBound.
yeah.
Would you make your client
We give
punt,
Angel
or would
Reese
you go
shit.
for it? What are they thinking?
We give Angel Reese shit. I am so fucking proud of her for this.
So-
This is
Really?
this is awesome.
So there's no such
It
thing
is
as
great, dude.
I say it all the time to you. You've heard me say it 1,000 times. There's no such thing as bad publicity. So
I
for
love
one, this is great.
That's
for
awesome.
two, this is like you're now nicknaming yourself.
Fuck yeah.
You shoot 32% from your field goal
She's
percentage.
owning
your
it.
number to
She shoots,
32.
she shoots almost 85-90% of her field goals from
Inside the paint.
Inside the paint.
She's
So
owning it.
You suck so much at shooting free throws
Own it.
that you had to nickname yourself
Own it.
MeBound because you
Own
get
it.
your own rebounds off your own
Like over
layups.
half of her rebounds
Own
are
it.
her own.
So
Oh, it's
there's
more
that
like-
side of it where
more
it's like
70%. Chris.
really embarrassing that that's what you're going to be known for.
get that
is
bag.
Me getting my rebounds on my own layups while
Me-bounds.
you
No, they're MeBounds. They're not rebounds.
MeBounds.
me-bounds while you've been compared to Caitlin Clark, who shoots from the logo and has a better
Who
three-point
is it?
percentage than
Hey,
she
are we
does
gonna-
a layup percentage.
Are we going to get sued for saying MeBounds? Do we
Probably.
have to
Oh,
we
do we have
might,
to tell
yeah,
her? Do we have
cease
to
and
say
desist
everybody
letter.
that's hers?
Come at me,
Shit.
Angel.
No, I love it. And I think, I can't remember if it was Nick Young or someone, Jeff Teague, one of their podcasts, that compared her to Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect. That's what you should be marketing yourself
I guess
as.
to me though, look,
You are
I
MeBounds.
believe in positive
It's
attribution,
great.
self-talk. TB12, SC30,
MeBounds.
beast mode. But seriously,
love
I
it.
just can't. I mean, that would be like Aaron Rodgers trademarking, INT man or so. I don't know.
It's part.
It made me so happy.
I don't know.
It's par for the course.
It is. It's just crazy. Of course.
It's funny.
I just can't wait to see the T-shirts and the.
Oh no, I'm going for that all day.
Okay.
That was.
Should we get one and hang it up on the wall?
Absolutely, we need
Okay,
one.
here we go.
Especially because she plays for Chicago.
Okay, you guys. So here's another one. So Coastal Carolina, they got to the championship versus LSU.
They had like a 33 game win streak. Or something
I mean,
like
they
that.
were
Something
amazing.
crazy.
A couple of those guys are going to play, in the bigs. We'll see that.
Oh, yeah.
LSU won their second title in 3 years.
Yeah.
So in that game where the Carolina coach, both of them were thrown out in game one in the first inning
for a
they were
horrible
done.
pitch.
I mean, at
by
that
the
point,
way, horrible pitch.
Yeah,
Which,
at that point
three in a row.
it was over, right? So I just, I just wonder,
Robo
is
umps.
it? I mean, I think maybe the coach knew they were already done. Who knows? But should those coaches have been tossed? Are you punting? Are you going for it? Would you have kicked those coaches out at that point so early in such a big game and such a big, highly publicized moment?
I'm punting this like all the way.
Yeah,
I'm already an
kicking them
advocate for robo umps, but it's like quit making the game. Like let the coaches and players decide. I
agree with you. I also think. Yeah, I don't think they should have got kicked out. Do I think he maybe the coach should have looked at it maybe a little more like, okay, let me back down a little bit. It's the first inning. I don't want to get thrown out. If we win this game, we have to play another game.
Yeah.
And if I get kicked out of this game and we somehow win, I can't even coach the third game, which would be the deciding game.
That's true.
So, and I take that with a little bit of after the game in his press conference, he didn't say anything about a season. He really didn't, all he wanted to talk about was getting kicked out and how unathletic the umpire was for falling over where it's like, at that point, it's over, it's done. You had a really good team. Yeah. You had made a really good run with like a 26-game win streak going
Something
into
like
the
that.
World Series.
20, yeah.
And it just felt like, to me, he used that time to where he could have really talked about his players and his team and everything they accomplished for himself.
Yeah.
So it was just a lot of selfish, from him getting kicked out to the umpire, having it be about him and him throwing him out. And then the first
instead
base,
of me bounds, baseball's turning into me ball. It's just a bunch of fucking me ball.
We better
with
trademark that
umpires
today.
and yep.
So,
get on it.
So I didn't like that he got thrown out just because of the game it was. I thought the coach could have had a little more just
couth. But I mean, look,
not couth, but just understanding of hey, if I get thrown out here and we win this game, I can't coach the third game. That would really suck.
Some more awareness.
More awareness. And then at the end of the game, at the press conference, it was just
all about him.
It was all about him. And I would just wanted to be like, dude, talk about your team.
Though, the naysayers, some of the guys are going to comment on this post, I'm sure. They're going to say, the rules in baseball. They knew the rules. Yeah, they did. But at some point, come on. Some of these rules, again, like we talked about a few weeks ago, look what they get away with on a football field.
Yeah.
That would have been a 15-yard penalty, but in baseball, it's 2 games out. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's more black and white.
Maybe they need a penalty box. The coach, they put the coach in timeout over in the dugout, and you're like, you go over there and you think about what you said to me for
MMA.
15 minutes, and then you can come back.
Cage. Oh, yeah. That'll make it fun.
It's unfortunate because I think it took away a lot of what that team did this year. For it being Coastal Carolina, for no one really... that moment of what happened in the first inning and then after the game, I think took away a lot of what that team was as a whole and doing what they did this year. So that to me is what sucked. Yeah. I thought the coach could have handled it a little bit better.
Oh, definitely.
I do agree, though, that I think that umpire in the first inning...
Punt the ump.
In the first inning, you're throwing out the head coach in the second game of the College World Series final.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
To me,
he made it about him.
He made it about him. So there were a lot of things wrong in that whole... Do I think it was going to matter, though? LSU was probably going to
win regardless. A lot of talent.
It could have been better on all sides, I would say.
Yeah, probably.
So I got one more for you. So you guys already mentioned that the draft was last night. And, of course, the number 1 pick, Cooper Flagg, everybody knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Went to the Mavericks, yay, whatever. I don't know if you know, but the 5th pick last night was actually a local kid from McEachern. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
So a local kid went. In fact, three players have been drafted from McEachern.
Wait, Ace Bailey's from
McEachern? From McEachern. Ace Bailey's from McEachern.
I did not know that.
Yes, so he was right here, local kid, right?
Ace Bailey is a fucking dog.
Yeah,
dude.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, and the third
Went to the
player
Jazz,
actually from
unfortunately.
McEachern that has made it, that has been drafted in the NBA. So that was cool.
Huh.
But so listen though, here's what's interesting is so back in the 2009 NBA draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves had the 5th and 6th pick. I don't know if you know this. They took point guards in both of those positions. 2 point guards because they thought later they said we thought we could have a nice duo back there with these 2 point guards. Well, it doesn't matter who they are because it doesn't matter because the next pick was Golden State Warriors, 7th pick, Steph Curry. So, I just want to know. I mean, that was obviously a huge blunder. In fact, the GM, if you want to know, yeah, he did not get his contract renewed a couple of years later. So, of the biggest draft blunders of all time like that, do you think that was one of the biggest ones? There are some others that I can let you guys in on. But do you think there'll be another one like that again?
Well, I
where they
mean,
just miss.
I
on
think
The
them?
Trailblazers have missed out on Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant, so I think like that already.
You can throw in the Luka and
the Hawks,
the Hawks.
drafting Luka and then trading Luka for Trey Young.
can
That's
throw that
another
one
one
in there.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
There really are a lot. I mean,
But
even
Steph Curry, arguably the best.
Have to be.
Shooter.
Well, Minnesota,
Yeah,
just
but what
because
about other
Minnesota had
sports, though,
two
too?
chances at getting right before.
Dylan, let's talk about your Bears trading all the way up to get.
I could talk
Trubisky.
about us taking Kevin White 7th overall. Go and look at that draft in 2014. And
How about the Cleveland?
Him,
Dawson, did you know the Cleveland Browns didn't pick Ben Roethlisberger?
Yeah,
They took some guy named Kellen Winslow.
Yeah,
Kellen Winslow.
You can go down. I think you can go down the list of teams that took quarterbacks that didn't take this quarterback that ended up being like Mahomes. Look at all the
Mike
teams
Trout?
that picked
the
before
49ers
Mahomes.
taking Trey Lance.
Yeah. That's
right.
Trading
Mike
3
Trout
first round
dropped all the way to the
picks.
second round. Every
Trout.
team passed on Mike Trout.
That's why I say it's like 50% luck. Like
throwing darts at a
it
board.
it really is, and hoping that one lands in the bullseye.
Oh, we didn't even say Brady.
Yeah. I mean,
199.
so there's so many examples that you can give to help that argument.
You could say, I mean, honestly, I know he hasn't won yet, but all of the teams passing on Lamar in the draft, and
Even Josh
Rosen.
Allen.
Josh Rosen got taken in that draft, and it was Josh Allen as well. But I mean, you can't tell me that there were 4 quarterbacks better than Lamar Jackson that year. He just came off a fucking Heisman year, so it's like, there's plenty.
There's plenty of
examples.
GMs, man, you just wonder how they keep their jobs.
Well, it goes, I think, to the argument.
It's all about who you know, Chris. It's all about who you know.
It also just like you never like. Sometimes these players are overanalyzed, and you think way too hard about the numbers and the analytics and all this crap to where chances are some of that stuff doesn't matter at the end
Watch
of the
the
day.
film.
Shador too. I mean,
That remains to be seen.
It's a different scenario just because I feel like he did it a little bit to himself. But I mean, still, he shouldn't have fallen to the 5th. He shouldn't have gone before Tyler or after Tyler Shuck or Milroe or Dylan Gabriel. Shouldn't have gone after any of them, regardless of what you thought about him as a person.
And you never know. 10 years from now, we could be looking at that and going,
wow,
all those teams are stupid.
And look at how
the Steelers were stupid for not taking him.
Steelers,
Like,
the Saints, the
Saints,
Seahawks,
all
the Raiders.
My
never know.
Dolphins should have taken him.
But
Dolphins.
that is what I think makes sports awesome, because it's like, and this is why people come, especially for football, why fans always come back even if their team sucks.
Yep.
Because there's always a hope.
Say, though, did anybody even care the NBA draft was last night?
I didn't even know. I forgot.
You know what they got to do? They got to draw.
I saw it on Twitter as I was like going to bed.
I saw the picture of Cooper Flag. And I was like, oh, that's tonight.
They need to have the lottery like literally like 5 minutes before the first pick.
Well, they
That would be
can't
fun.
because then you can't have players like Cooper Flag contemplating dropping out.
Well, yeah, right. You can't do that now.
If the Utah Jazz end up with the first pick.
Good point. Guys, that's all I got for you.
Well, awesome.
That was a good one.
That was a good 4th and long. Good 4th and long.
I like it.